So we left our lockside stay. It wasn't so good, to be honest. It was a beautiful view, but it just hasn't stopped raining since we arrived there. It's rained and rained, so I haven't got much film footage. There was a live stream. I might get some clips from it that we did. Sally, good morning. Sue, good morning. Norfolk Nomad, good morning. Monkey Magic, good morning. Matt and Danny.
Good morning,
hello
everyone.
to you all. I was just going to say I wanted to show you something beautiful, and then
I rocked up.
she rocked up. She is beautiful, but I will be showing you something absolutely amazing and also telling you why I'm feeling like crap today. I can't believe, I think Scotland is throwing everything at us. It's basically saying you will not. It's so cold this morning again. Okay, let me tell you, I've got a bad back this morning. I don't know what I've done. I've got a really, I said to Michelle, we're going to have to be airlifted out of here, jokingly, but
Been cringing the last couple of days.
Yeah, my back is, I'm on sort of painkillers, but
he thought maybe the sun would warm it up and he'd feel better, but there's been no sun.
This morning I looked out of the tent. My back was fine, by the way, when I was in bed, but I looked out of the tent and I saw the most amazing sunrise. It was a crescent of beautiful orange sun just coming across the mountains, which I'm going to show you in a second, and it was gorgeous. So I went to grab my phone, which was switched off. I switched the phone on. By the time the phone was on, the sun had gone behind the clouds and it never came out again. But my, what a disappointing night. And I just said to Michelle, in almost 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks plus of walking since John O'Groats, there hasn't been one facility for hikers, not any free sort of facility for anywhere for hikers, which I think is a bit of a shame, because so many countries do have facilities and there's nothing, nowhere just to sort of get under cover even and just rest for a little while, nowhere to wash, nowhere to go to the bathroom. It's not a friendly hiking country, to be honest, from what I've seen so far.
And can you trust that you won't blow away in the wind?
Pretty much our entire day today has been in the rain, since packing up the tent in the rain, which was hard to do in sort of breaks of showers. It's pretty much been raining, but we've had a good day. We've had a very interesting, good day, but we need a bit of a pit stop, but it's hard to pit stop when everything's so wet, as you can imagine. Another whole day of hiking in the rain, everybody, but we're doing all right, we're doing good. Michelle's just reminding me there was 3 minutes this morning when we lit the stove when it wasn't raining, but pretty much the rest of the day it's been like this and we're drenched. Beautiful. That would be, I could be bothered to climb down there. Good drinking water. We don't need any for once. But I think that's fast enough and clear enough we could drink that. First view of Loch Ness in a long time.
It's raining!
But it's miles below us. Probably about, I'll check the meters. About 350 meters. And I'm not sure if it's raining or whether we're just in the cloud. I suspect we're in the cloud.
It's wet.
It's wet, mistly weather. You know, the Inuits have thousands of different names for the colour white. Well, the Scots have, I think, about 3 million names for different types of rain. And today this is missile. It could be crystal if it was coming off that Christmas tree, but it isn't. It's missile. Don't believe me? Look it up. A smattering, a pattering, a pittering, a missling, a crystling. It's pissing down. It's drizzling. It's drizzling down. A downpour. showers, showering,
Cats and dogs.
elks and rabbits. It's coming down in kilts. It's pouring down in sporrans. The heavens have opened.
It's coming down sideways.
It's coming down vertical. Chucking it down. Belting it down. Torrential. Torrents. Light showers. A little spittle. Just a splatter. We're in the clouds. Sleet slamming it down, belting it down. Did I say belting already? Go on. Any other great Scottish renditions of rain down below?
You going back?
I'm not going back now. I should have filmed up there. There was a sign up. There was a couple on a bike that we were talking to. There was a sign up saying whether or not you go the high route or the low route. There's 1 kilometre different between the two routes. A little longer to go the low route by 1 kilometre. And no, we're definitely going the low route. I don't want to climb and see. You're not going to see any great views in this rain. So Michelle and I, we're going to do the low route, and we're going to start looking out for a place to camp in this beautiful Scottish summer. So we've been hiking the Great Glen Way this is our second day. We wild camped near Drumnadrocket yesterday. We stopped in a little cafe and had some tea and coffee. And now we're walking. It's very beautiful up here. Really beautiful. For some reason, we've not seen another soul other than at the cafe. So no one else is walking along this route. So we haven't seen anyone in 2 hours or so. But there has been a Forestry Commission car drive past us, turn round and drive back past us without saying hello, which I thought was a bit surprising. And now he's just parked on the road that we've just passed and making a phone call, so he didn't look out and wave or say anything. I thought, what stark contrast to the guys in Australia, where they'd be winding the window down and saying, "G'day, everything all right, mate? And do you need any water? Do you need any water? Yes, please, mate. Beauty," we'd say. But no, he just drove past. It's a sign of the times, isn't it? Sign of the country. Didn't even want to make eye contact. I'll get him as he come past. I reckon he'll come past again. There he is. But he dodged us again. Do you know, we've decided to put the ponchos on because it's not stopped mistling for an hour or so now. And although it doesn't feel like it's raining, you're not, getting instantly wet. Everything was getting sodden. So it can fool you for a while. You can start to think that you're not getting wet, but then you look at Michelle's bag on the back and it was drenched in water. So we've decided to, rather than, we're trying a different method. We're putting the ponchos, these brilliant ponchos that have helped us. We might look ridiculous, but they've helped us over and over as ground sheets, as sort of liners outside the tent, as ponchos, as windbreakers. They've been really good. So we're trying them now over the packs. So they look a little more ridiculous, but it saves taking the packs off. And we've forgotten that we could do this actually, because it works really well. It keeps your pack dry. We don't have to get the pack liners out, and it's keeping us dry.
And keep them warm too.
Yeah. We all look a bit like Hunchback of Notre Dame. Kind of ridiculous, but it's working and it's much warmer. And actually, stuff is starting to dry off underneath the pack. Now, I'm hoping people will actually watch this who want to walk Land's End to John O'Groat, or even the Great Glen Way. And I would say that there aren't as many stopping places as you might think. I mean, we're not seeing anybody else out on the route. I mean, there's these places here, but there's a lot of thistle on them, so it's not easy to camp. So if there were more people on the route, like 50, 100 people walking this, you'd struggle to find places. And one or two people have said, oh, there's lots of camping places along the route. But I can tell you now, there are not lots of camping places. In the last 3 hours, I could probably count 4 possible and not very good camping spots that we could have picked in the last few hours. Do you agree, Michelle?
Yeah, no, we haven't seen anything really. It's the ground's been a bit lopsided or thistly.
Yeah, steep as well. There's a flat spot back up there, or a flat area, but with that, that really heavy gorse, that'll rip and shred your tent to pieces. But it was also a slope. It was sort of, like this. You can't sleep or put a tent onto a pitch like that. So not many stops. That's between Invermorrison and Drumnadrocket. So you cannot camp down in here, and you cannot camp up in there. There's just no flat ground, or even any decent ground to speak of. This looks rather pretty in here. Oh yes. This looks like a proper little camping spot. Nice spot for a fire if we wanted to. Over here, hun. What do you think? This looks rather good, doesn't it?
Yeah. That'll do me. Chair each.
Chair each. I think this will be our spot for the night. Good walk, I reckon. Plus, I don't know. I'll have a look in a minute. How do we motivate ourselves, Michelle?
I have no idea.
How do you motivate yourself to get up? It's raining, it's cold, it's windy, and somehow brushing off all the pine needles. The tent is covered in pine needles. With pine needles. Strange enough. I've done the top. This was covered in pine needles. Oh, it's hard to jump start your motors on a morning like this morning where it's done nothing but rain since we woke up and through the night. Now we've got to pack up and walk. So I've used a bit of pine to just brush some of the water off the tent. I'm hoping we might get a spot of sun in the next hour or so. It's getting close to midday though. It's a really slow start today. We had a glimmer of sun, so I put the solar panel out. But by the time I plugged everything in, the sun had gone. It's going to be a very hard motivator today. But we'll be absolutely fine. It's a lovely spot that we stopped in. Absolutely lovely spot. Do you know, note to myself, I think it might be worth trying to start that fire up just to dry some things out. What do you think? Next up we have to dry the tent, and we use one of these travel towels that dry out quite quickly. Because there's no way we can pack this much water into our bags. I don't mind packing the tent away wet because it'll be going up within the next several hours again. So if we get to a drier environment, the tent itself will be up in that environment very shortly. Now I tend to try and do the sides before the top. It seems counterintuitive, but it means that I'm not leaning against the wet tent and getting my trousers any wetter than they are. So that when I lean in to do this, I'm not getting a lot of wet down onto my trousers. Then I can wring that out, and 2 or 3 passes over and the tent will be dry enough that maybe just the ambient dampness, it might dry to the point that we can pack it away. Then when you just finish it off, down comes the rain again. An incy wincy spider climbs up the spout once more. Bummer. I think the monsters of Loch Ness now have 4 black wheels. Oh Lord, it might as well be a bloody motorway.
A nice Cobb's Cafe, that's nice.
All right.
The walk-in is really good for food as well, as is the Bothy. Local butchers.
This is Sarah, who picked us up off the road. She's this beautiful lady from
Hi there, how you
Ayrshire
doing?
who saved us from near death on a very busy road in heavy rain.
Yes,
And,
far too dangerous.
Yeah, it was a silly